Jimin and Tang are in their last second semester of university. Both have a small crush on each other. As for Jimin, he is never able to approach Tang because he always gets nervous because of what he always starts stammering in front of him. In order not to get embarrassed, he never tried to approach Tang. And as for Thang, he's just not having that much of guts to talk to Jimin. They had a small break before their semester to start with Jimin. Jimin came downstairs and bid his good morning to his parents. While having breakfast, Mr. Park asked Jimin, Mr. Park, Jimin, are you busy tonight? Jimin, why? Is there any problem? Mr. Park, no, there is no problem, but is it fine if we find a boy for you? Jimin, what? What do you mean? Mr. Park, I know that it would be so fast, but it would be better if you both get married soon. Jimin, married now? Appa, not now, please. I need to complete my dreams. After that, you can. Mr. Park, I know this is very soon, but just meet him. If you like him, then we will set the marriage. If not, then we will just cancel it. Mrs. Park, son, see, we are not forcing you. We are just asking you to see him once. Jimin, alright. If you ask, then I will see him once. But why did you have this thought all of a sudden? Mrs. Park, actually, they are family friends and they want their son to get married to you as soon as possible. Of course, we are not forcing you. If you both like each other, then it's fine. They said that both of you are having same dreams, so of course it would be easier and you both have the same goal, so you can help each other out. Jimin, what? Do he also wants to become a doctor? Mrs. Park, yeah, of course he also wants to. You might also know him. Jimin, oh, is that so? Mrs. Park, yeah. We just want you both to meet. If you want to date for some time, it's fine. You can date for a while, then after we will fix your marriage. Jimin, alright, I'll see it. But now I need to go to the library, so I'll be leaving. Mrs. Park, wait. Jimin, what happened now? Mr. Park, actually, if you can just come early because we need to go somewhere. Jimin, where now? Mr. Park, actually we are going on vacations. Jimin, really? Mr. Spark, yeah, we are going on a vacations for a week. Jimin, oh cool, it's gonna be fun. Well, where are we going? Mrs. Park, actually we are going to an island, but we will be living on island for 2 days only. And in the ship for 4 days. Jimmy, ships? Really? We are gonna be on ship? Mrs. Park, yeah. Jimmy, oh, thank you so much. You know I love to be on ships. And I also like to go on islands. Thank you a lot, Amma and Appa. He said and hugged both of them. Mrs. and Mr. Park, that's our pleasure, my son. Jimmy, well, I will be going now. Bye. Mrs. and Mr. Park, bye. He left with Yang. He was having breakfast with his family when his father's phone rang. After talking on the phone, Mr. Kim kept it on the table and excitedly turned towards Mrs. Kim. Mrs. Kim, what happened? Did something not wrong? Mr. Kim, no, nothing is wrong. Actually, Mrs. and Mr. Park's son agreed to meet him. Yang, what are you both talking about? Mr. Kim, actually, I think, can you meet Mr. and Mrs. Park's son? We want you both to get married soon. Yang, what? Marrying? This soon? No, never. Mrs. Kim, of course this is very soon, but please just meet him once. He's really a good guy. Yang, but why, Appa? Yama, please, not now. Mr. Kim, just once, son, please. We are not forcing you. If you don't like him, you can just reject it. But at least once, meet him. Thank. Alright. Mrs. Kim, yeah. He's also, I guess, studying in your university. And of course, he's in the same stream as you. Tang, does that mean he is also doing majors in science? Mrs. Kim, yes, I think. Yeah, I know that he is also going to become a doctor. Tang, oh, that's similar to me. Mrs. Kim, yeah, actually, we just chose you both to be together. I don't know if you will like him or not, but just try it out once. Tang, of course, I will try it out once if you said. Mr. Kim, thank you a lot, sir. Tang, it's alright. And what about the vacations? Mrs. Kim, of course we are gonna have it. We are going to go out tonight only. Tang, oh, but where? If it is not island, then I'm not gonna go. Mrs. Kim, yeah, of course, I know, that's why. We are gonna go to an island and also stay in the ship for a while. Tang, that would be interesting. I'll be ready and now I'm going to library. I'll be back after some time. Mr. Kim, of course you can, but do it fast and also you have to do the packing. Yeah, I will do it. I will be leaving now. Bye. Mr. and Mrs. Kim, bye. Love you. Taeyang, love you too, he said as he also left for the library. Time skip. That night, while they were on the ship, Mr. and Mrs. Park asked Jimin to come with them as they were going to meet someone. When they got into the restaurant part of the ship, they were greeted by two people who seemed to be at their 40s. Did I ever saw them anywhere? Jimin thought to himself, greeted them as his parents did. Mr. Kim, oh son, you look so good. Jimin, thank you. Says Park, son, they are Mr. and Mrs. Kim. You are gonna meet their son only. Jimin, ah, okay. Was I going to meet them today only? He thought to himself. Mr. Kim, so shall we take a seat now? Mrs. Kim, of course, but where is your son? Mrs. Kim, oh, he's going to be late a little bit because he's getting ready right now. Mrs. Park, oh, that's alright. Let's have a seat. Mrs. Kim, of course. They all made their way to a table. After ordering their food, they started to talk while Jimin was looking at his phone. After some times when he looked outside, the view was really nice, so he asked his parents that he would be going to see the view. His parents agreed and let him go to see the view outside. As soon as he left from there, Taeyang entered inside the restaurant. He greeted Mr. and Mrs. Park and sat with his parents. Mrs. Kim, oh, you just came and he just went outside. Taeyang, who? Mrs. Kim, to whom you are going to meet. Taeyang, oh, was I supposed to meet him today? He said to himself. Mr. Kim, you should go out. He has gone outside to see the view. Taeyang, alright, he said and got up from there and headed outside. When he reached there, he saw a familiar figure looking outside towards the view. Taeyang, well, do I know him? Why do he look so familiar from behind? Thought to himself. He slowly walked towards Jimin and stood beside him. Jimin looked towards the person when he felt that someone is beside him. Both of them got shocked to see each other there. Jimin, Taeyang. Taeyang, Jimin? Jimin, what are you doing here? Taeyang, well, I think it's me who you were going to meet. Jimin, really? Taeyang, yeah, it's me maybe. Jimin, I can't believe it. Taeyang, well, I also can't believe it. Jimin, I swear I never expected it would be you. Taeyang, oh, same here. But to be honest, I didn't expect anything. Jimin, well, that's true though. Taeyang, well, I am a little bit relieved that I am not going to marry a stranger. Jimin, I guess that's true. I also think that. Taeyang, so what do you think about the proposal? Jimin, well, I think it would be a little strange if we agree so soon. Because I don't think we even know each other that much. Taeyang, but I think it would be better to agree. Jimin, why? Thang, because I don't want to break the hope of my parents. Jimin, yeah, I also don't want to. Alright, let's see it. Thang, what about dating? Jimin, yeah. It was Jimin's first time talking to Thang so frequently, but he got shocked when Thang suddenly asked about dating. Thang, actually, I think it would be better if we date for a while and then agree to it. We will be able to know each other. Jimin, yes, you are right. While both of them were talking, they were interrupted by Mrs. Kim and Mrs. Park. Mrs. Park, so are you done with your conversation? Jimin, Oma. Yeah, we are almost done. Mrs. Kim, you should come and have dinner. It's already served. Jimin and Thang, okay, we are coming. Mrs. Park, so what is your decision? Jimin and Thang looked towards each other. After some time, both of them spoke together. We need some time. Mrs. Kim, alright, let's just have dinner now. Both of them nodded and followed them inside the restaurant. Both of them sat in front of each other on the table. Mr. Kim, so what is your decision? Thang, we need some time, Appa. Mrs. Park, is it okay with you? Jimin, Oma, it's alright, but we just need some time. We told you, right? Mrs. Park, yeah, I understand. But I think you both might be knowing each other. As we talked about it, we came to know that you both are studying in the same university and you both also have the same stream. Jimin, yeah, that's true. We both are studying in the same university and we also know each other a little bit. But still, we are not that much familiar to each other because we never talk to each other that much. Mrs. Kim, that's all right. You can just get married together and after that you can know each other. You would have almost of the time then. Thang, but why are you all just behind getting married? Mr. Kim, because we want you both to be together. Thang, but let us at least have some time with each other. Mr. Kim, but can't you just get married and then you will be having the whole life with each other? You can know about each other more. Thang, but Appa, Jimin, it's alright, Uncle. If you want us, then we can get married. Thang, Jimin, I don't have any problem. If you have, then it's alright. Just say it. Thang, are you sure? Jimin, sure. Thang, alright then. If he agrees, then I will also. Mrs. Kim, wow, that's amazing. Everyone started clapping there. Mrs. Park, then we should start the decoration. Thang, what decoration? Mrs. Park, for your marriage. Jimin and Thang, what? They said, getting surprised. Are we going to get married that soon? Mr. Kim, yeah, that's the only reason why we were trying to make you accept each other. Thang, oh my god, I never expected you would be going so far. Mr. Kim, well, it's not that far. Jimin, but when is it? Mrs. Kim, tonight. Jimin, what? Tonight? Are you serious? Mrs. Kim, yeah, of course, we are serious. Thang, are we going to marry in this ship? Mrs. Kim, yeah, that's the only reason why we brought you here and gave you time to accept each other. Jimin, don't you all think this is going so fast? At least give us one day time. Mr. Kim, you have whole night to talk. You can talk to each other as much as you want to. Thang, but it's only one night. Can't you just give us one whole day? Mrs. Kim, of course not, child. We are already done with almost the decoration, so you are gonna get married tomorrow morning only. Thang, oh my god. You all are really very much in hurry. Just have some patience, Mrs. Park. That's why we don't have child. We really are eagerly waiting to see you both getting married. We are willing to see you both together. Thank whatever. As you wish, just do whatever you want. He said as he finished his food and kept the spoon on the table. Thank, so can I leave? I am done with my dinner. Mr. Kim, where are you going? Thank, to my room, of course. Mr. Kim, that's not your room, child. Thank, what? Mr. Kim, yes, that's our room. Your and Jimin's room is shared, and it is room number 301. Thang, what? Appa, what are you saying? Mr. Kim, you only said you want time with him, right? Just go ahead. You have whole night. You can talk to each other and know about each other. Thang sighed. Okay, alright. He said as he was about to leave when Jimin called. Jimin, I'm also coming. Wait. Thang, okay. Jimin got up as he bowed to everyone and started leaving with Hyang. Both of them were too surprised and didn't know what to talk to each other. Everything was going so fast that they weren't able to understand anything. Hyang, Jimin, are you sure that you want to get married this soon? Jimin, yeah, I don't have any problem. Do you have? Hyang, no. I mean, are you comfortable with it? Jimin, yeah, but I also think they are going so fast. Hyang, yeah, I know, right? Well, nothing can be done to them. Jimin chuckled, yeah, that's true. They are just very much excited to see us getting married. Hyang, yeah, I got that. Jimin, do you think it is a good choice? Hyang, well, I'm not sure, but let it be dependent on destiny and our faith. Jimin, right. He nodded as he spotted their room. Jimin, there it is. Hyang, oh, finally we found it. Jimin, yeah, let's get it. Hyang, sure. Both of them went towards the door and opened it. Jimin, wow, it's such a cool room to live in. Both of them were amused by the room. That was kinda bigger and good looking than their parents' room. It seemed very cozy. There was a king-sized bed and two one-seater sofas with a big LED TV hanging there. Hyang, it is bigger than my parents' room. Jimin, I agree. Hyang, so are you gonna fresh up first or should I? Jimin, you can go ahead. I already showered before getting ready for the dinner. Hyang, well, fine, I will be going then. Jimin, fine. Hyang left to the washroom as Jimin changed his clothes to a comfortable ones. He waited on the bed for Hyang to come. After about 15 minutes, Hyang came out dressed in pajamas. There was no other bed nor any stuff to sleep down as he looked towards Jimin confused. Hyang, so where are we both going to sleep? Jimin, I don't think there is anything to sleep on a couch or anything to sleep on the ground. There are no stuffs like that. Hyang, well, I see that. Jimin, I think we should sleep on the bed only. And I don't want you to get cold or me to get cold because it's our marriage tomorrow. So it would be bad if we got cold. Hyang, right. So shall we sleep then? Jimin, sure. Hyang closed the lights as he went inside the blanket. After about 30 minutes, both of them looked towards each other. Jimin, I can't sleep. Hyang, true. I also can't. Jimin, what about talking to each other? Hyang, sure. He said, and both of them started talking about each other's interest. After about talking for 2 hours, they learned about each other a lot and found many similarities in each other. They were mostly similar to each other. After about 2 hours, both of their eyes started to feel a little bit heavy. They were really sleepy by the time. Jimin, I guess I'm gonna sleep now. Hyang, me too. Jimin, actually, I would like to apologize in advance because I actually can't sleep straight and without hugging my pillow. And as there is no pillow, then I guess I might hug you while I am sleeping. If you find it uncomfortable, then you can wake me up. Hyang, no, I mean, it's fine. Actually, I myself don't sleep without my pillow. He said while scratching his back of the neck. Jimin, I guess We are not much different from each other. Tang, well, that's true. Both of them chuckled before finally falling asleep. In morning, when Thayang's eyes opened due to the sunlight falling on his eyes, he found an angel sleeping in front of him. He smiled at Jimin and thought it was an dream before he realized that it wasn't. Jimin was cutely hugging Thayang, and Thayang had his hand protectively holding onto Jimin's back. Can life get any better? And is it really what is called as destiny? Is it really what we say as fate? I can't believe this. I never believed in destiny. I thought we always have something by our own and we have to do something to get something. But I don't think I did anything to get him. He just came like anything in my life and he's soon to be my husband now. I just can't believe this. But I wonder if we both were really meant to be together. I hope our faith won't cheat on us, and I really don't want to end our relationship by having a divorce. I hope we both get more comfortable with each other and you also start liking me. Taeyang thought to himself. Soon Jimin also opened his eyes only to find Taeyang looking at him. For a while, he also looked at Thayang, but soon when there was a knock on the door, he got up and sat straight. And so did Thayang. Mrs. Kim was knocking the door while calling out their name. Thayang, yeah, Oma, what happened? Mrs. Kim, aren't you both supposed to get ready? She yelled from outside. Jimin got up and went towards the door as he opened it and greeted to Mrs. Kim. Mrs. Kim, did you both just wake up? Jimin, yeah. Mrs. Kim, oh my god, just go and fresh up fast. You need to get ready too, fast. Jimin, alright. Thang, I will be going to shower first. He said as he ran inside the washroom. Mrs. Kim, so how was yesterday night? Thang, normal. What do you mean how it was? Mrs. Kim, I mean, did you talk the whole night? Thang, no, not whole night, but I guess around 2 or 3 hours. Mrs. Kim, oh, 2 and 3 hours. Isn't that very less? Thang, what? It's less. You only want to get ready fast. And do you think if we would have talked for whole night, we would have been able to get up this time? Mrs. Kim, well, leave it. Just go and get ready fast, okay? I'll be bringing your outfit here. Thayang, alright. Just leave. We will be coming soon. Mrs. Kim, and yeah, just call us for your makeup, okay? Thayang, alright. Mrs. Kim left from there as Thayang closed the door and stood resting his back on the door. He thought about the moment when Mrs. Kim knocked the door. The small eye contact made him feel so good that he can't even explain that. Priest, now I declare you both as husbands. You may kiss now. The priest announced as everybody there cheered them. Thayang slowly walked closer. What if he feels uncomfortable if I kissed him on lips? Is it really appropriate to kiss him right now? Because I just don't think it would be good. We just barely know each other. Thayang thought to himself before stopping in front of Jimin. Jimin, I am not uncomfortable. You may kiss. Jimin answered as if he read Thayang's mind. Thayang was a bit confused, but then he nodded his head slowly and leaned towards Jimin, slowly connecting their lips. Thayang kept his hands around Jimin's small waist while Jimin surrounded his hand to Thayang's neck. The kiss was soft and smooth. It seemed like there was nothing around them. Everything just got disappeared and they both were all alone there. They couldn't even hear the cheers coming from the crowd standing in front of them. They cared about nothing else than their kiss. They were just so lost in their kiss that they didn't even realize that they were kissing from last 5 minutes. Soon, when the crowd started to scream more and more, they finally realized that it's been a long since they were kissing and they parted away, looking into each other's eyes, still not caring about what the crowd was saying or doing. The crowd was already going crazy with these two handsome boys sharing a sweet moment with each other. Mr. Park walked on the stage, grabbing everyone's attention as he spoke into the mic. Soon after some time, the marriage ceremony ended and it was almost night. So Jimin and Taeyang thought about taking some rest. They haven't taken rest from the whole day and it was really very tiring though. Everyone was there taking pictures with them and it was really very annoying for them. Sitting at one place and just keep taking picture, it was really very much boring for them. But having each other by their side was the best thing that happened with them today. Both of them entered inside their room exhausted totally with the day. As soon as Taeyang got inside the room, he threw himself on the bed. Jimin, aren't you gonna take bath? Taeyang, no, I'm really very tired. I can't. Jimin, at least change your clothes. It would be more uncomfortable if you sleep with these clothes. Taeyang, yeah, you are right. I should at least change my clothes. He got up and went in towards the cupboard. Taking out some clothes for him, he went inside the washroom. Jimin just chuckled at his cute actions he did before going inside the washroom. After some time, when both of them were done with their shower, they sat with each other on the bed. Jimin, shall we just take a little bit of time and let it go slowly? Thanks, sure. Do you want to become friends first and know about each other more? Jimin, that would be a great idea. Thanks. Alright then. They decided to take it slow as it was really very strange for them and they barely know each other. A week passed by them having fun with each other on the island and as well as on the ship. They learned a lots of things about each other and came to know about each other more. As their friendship grew more closer, they became. They were back to their house before 2 days of their semester to start. Their parents were about to give them a house, but they denied and asked them that they were going to choose the house. Choosing a house near their university as well as a hospital, which was the biggest hospital of Korea. They had a dream to work there that was also very near to their house. The house wasn't as big as their parents were going to give them, but it was really very good and comfortable for them. Time skip. It was their physical fitness classes, and because of their class being late, their teacher asked them to have at least 5 laps around the big ground. Everyone started to run as after completing at least 3 rounds, everyone was exhausted and everyone thought to stop. But someone who was still not stopping and kept running, it was none other than Park Jimin. Seeing him still running, Taeyang also got some courage and he followed them, leaving his friends behind. His friends were shocked that he ran behind Jimin when he never ran after having 3 rounds. He would stop along with them and start walking. But it was different today. He was running. Taeyang joined Jimin in the middle way and asked, Taeyang, why didn't you stop, Jimin? I never saw you getting stopped. Don't you get exhausted? Jimin, I do get, but actually it's because I always study and don't get time for my physical fitness. I don't give much care to my health and That is the only reason why I like to run during the physical fitness classes and do exercises. At least twice a week I should do this. As for my health, I should take care of it. And you should do so. You shouldn't be stopping in the middle. Your health is also important, and I'm not gonna take care of you if you get sick or something. Damn, enough. Just don't start giving lectures. You have to take care of me, or else I'm gonna kill you. Taeyang said as he hit Jimin on his head and started running ahead. Jimin, yeah! He screamed and went behind Taeyang, catching up him. Their friends were still shocked to see them so close. It was their first time seeing these two heartthrobs together. Even many girls behind them were screaming their lungs out for these two. But did Jimin and Taeyang heard anything? No. They were just very much into their own world. After having 5 rounds, both of them stopped as they bent down, keeping their hands on their knees and trying to breathe properly. Jimin sat down on the ground as he tried to get relief. Yang also joined him and sat beside him. Their friends and all other people were not yet completed. They yet have 1 round to complete. Jimin got up from there as Taeyang held his hand. Taeyang, where are you going? Jimin, to get some water. Don't you want? Taeyang, yes, I want. Jimin, then leave my hand. Taeyang, no. Jimin, yeah, leave it. Taeyang, alright. Jimin got 2 bottles for him and Taeyang and went back as he sat beside Taeyang again. Passing him 1 bottle, he started drinking. Taeyang's breath was yet not stable. Jimin, why are you so much unstable? Taeyang, because it's my first time to run so much. Jimin, and who asked you to run? Taeyang, because you were running, so I did. Jimin, you shouldn't do that, you know. Taeyang, but I wanted to be with you, that's why. Jimin, enough. You should think about yourself. Taeyang, alright, I will. I just wanted to know if I can run 5 rounds. And I did. I'm proud of myself. Jimin, whatever. He said as he rolled his eyes and drank his water. As the time passed, Taeyang and Jimin were starting to develop more feelings for each other. They wouldn't get much time for each other at university, but they would spend time at their house and go on several dates. Whenever both of them were together, girls would surround them and start being flirty with them. But they never cared about the surrounding. They were just lost in each other. Their relationship was yet a secret. They never told it to anyone in the university. As their semester came to an end, they were now totally aware of each other. They knew each other more than themselves. They would already know each other's next move and do according to that. It was unexpected for them that they were able to make it this far. Recently, both of them had given an interview for the best hospital in Korea. Both of them were kind of afraid to get the results because it was the biggest dream of their life and they were really scared whether they would be able to achieve it or not. Being in the same stream, they helped each other a lot in studies. If one of them knew the answer, the person would surely help the other. And if it is like they didn't know the answer, then they would find it out on their own and would really work out. It was almost the end of the second semester and starting of the small break before their last semester. On the last day of semester, Jimin and Taeyang thought to play basketball. As they were playing, Jimin got a call as he took a small break and left from there. After about 5 minutes, Jimin started to run towards the basketball court. Everyone present there started to get excited as they thought Jimin was coming towards them. Everyone was gossiping and looking at Jimin, whereas Tang was just sure that it was not other but him. Jimin was running towards him. He was confused to see Jimin so happy. He didn't know why Jimin was so happy that time because when he left, he wasn't that much happy. A boy. Is he coming towards me? Yeah, he's really coming towards me. Oh my god, Heartthrob is coming towards me. A boy spoke as Jimin came towards Taeyang and he was standing in front of Taeyang. Another boy, you're lucky dude, he's coming towards you. I wish it was me. Unfortunately, it's not. But as Jimin passed the boy and went towards Taeyang and jumped on him, holding on to him tightly as Taeyang wrapped his hand around Jimin, holding on to him so that he won't fall down. Taeyang, Jim, what happened? Why do you seem so happy? Jimin broke the hug and stood in front of Taeyang, holding on to Taeyang's hands. Jimin, Taeyang, you know what? Taeyang, please, calm down and then tell me. Jimin, I got selected in the best hospital. Taeyang, really? Wow, you did it. You did it, Jimin. Jimin, yeah, I can't believe it. I'm so much happy. Taeyang hugged Jimin and they both started to jump there. Everyone seems to be confused and very much disappointed. Both of them again broke the hug as Jimin spoke. And I'm really happy, Taeyang. Taeyang, I'm also happy for you, love. It was first time Jimin hearing love from Taeyang. He wasn't able to process it and believe that Taeyang said him it. He thought that he was the happiest boy ever in the whole world. At that time, his happiness wasn't in a normal level. It had gone to the most highest level ever. He felt like he's on the ninth cloud. Until Taeyang realized what he said, he just looked down as a shade of dark pink covered his cheeks. He was blushing hard for the word he said just now. Jimin was also blushing, but later he spoke. Jimin, yeah, just don't do this. If anyone hears it, then we will have trouble. Taeyang, it was just an accident. Jimin, it's alright. But I have another good news for you. Taeyang, what is it? Jimin, you know what? You also got selected in the same hospital as me. Taeyang looked towards Jimin again as his eyes lit up and it was open wide. He again hugged Jimin, not leaving him even for a while. Taeyang, I can't believe it. Is it true? Jimin, yes. Why would I say lie? Jimin was also very happy. He was smiling widely as Taeyang kept hugging him for a while. Taeyang, well, I'm really very happy. Jimin, me too. And yeah, I wanna say something. Taeyang, what is it? Jimin, I don't think it is a better thing to say, but I guess I should. And I don't think I would be able to say it later on. So yeah, I had crush before we got married. It was the only reason why I agreed to get married to you so easily. Or else I had a plan to just deny whoever it was. But when I saw you, my plan totally changed and I was very excited to say yes for our marriage. Taeyang, really? Jimin, yeah, I know it is not a better time, but still, Taeyang, it is the best time ever. You know you gave me many happiness at one moment itself. Jimin, what do you mean? Taeyang, I guess I was same as you said. I also had crush before we got married and also I planned to just deny for the marriage after seeing the person. But when I saw you, I just agreed to it. Jimin broke the hug. Jimin, how come we are so similar? Taeyang, not similar, we are same. Jimin, yeah, whatever. Just, like seriously, we are same in everything. Taeyang, that makes sense. He said as he chuckled along with Jimin. Jimin, shall we leave and go on a date? He spoke as Thang again blushed a little. Thang, sure, let's go. Both of them took their bags and left the court, leaving everyone there in shock. Everyone's mouth was open wide, seeing these two being lovely-dovely. Yet they were not able to hear anything as Thang and Jimin spoke in a whisper to each other. Jimin and Thang were sleeping on the grass while looking at the night sky. It looked so peaceful and quiet. They had gone to a small hills to enjoy their happiness together. Thang, it's so beautiful, just like you. Jimin, well, I guess the same goes to you. Thang, just so cheesy. Jimin, am I? I don't think you are the one. Thang, not about now. You just confessed to me in front of everyone, you know. Jimin, I don't care if they heard or not. I just wanted to do. Thang, I appreciate your guts. Jimin, yeah, I have lots of guts. Thang, wait, is that the reason why you were not able to talk to me and why you stammered whenever we started our conversation? Thang said as he looked towards Jimin. Jimin, yeah, you caught it but very late. Thang, oh my god. Why I wasn't able to understand it earlier. Jimin, that's alright. And I know that you weren't able to approach me because you were very much shy. Thang, you know that. How come we had crush on each other but we never were able to approach each other? Jimin, I don't know. Thang, is it what destiny is called? We were never able to reach each other. That's why our parents just fixed our marriage out of nowhere. Jimin, maybe yes? Maybe we were meant to be together. Thang, not maybe. We are meant to be together. Thang said as his voice became very soft. Jimin, yeah, we were meant to be together. He said, kissing Thang's cheeks. Jimin, we just were dependent on our faith and it led us a lots of good things. Thang, yeah, right. Let's just keep believing on our faith and let it open more chapters for us. Jimin, sure. Thang, but you know, you were my first kiss. Jimin, well, that's same with me. You were the first to kiss me ever. Thang, then I also want to be second. Jimin, and I would be the happiest if you became my last too. I would love that. Jimin said as he blushed. Thang, you look cute while blushing, my love. Jimin, so do you. Thang moved and got on top of Jimin as Jimin gasped. Thang, then should I become your second? Jimin, sure. He said as he closed his eyes and Thang leaned towards Jimin, sharing a soft, sweet kiss. After 6 months of their marriage was everything they were able to think right now. They were just lost in each other's sweetness and the scent of each other was just getting mixed. They were not able to think about anything else around them. It was just the same. The same joy of the first kiss was getting reflected in it. After their internship in the same hospital, they also joined the same hospital as doctors and let the faith continue their life. Not knowing what their future has kept from them, they just enjoyed their life together. The faith has kept a lot of happiness for the two. They just enjoyed to be together and were happiest together. After having a tight day when they were in each other's embrace, it was everything they could wish of. They meant the universe to each other.